Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about linear and quadratic equations here. We're not going to get into all the details, just some fundamental things that maybe we should know. First of all, a linear equation, we know what an equation is, but a linear equation means exponent variables. It's kind of hard to describe here. I don't want to use the word degree, but I have to. The degree is 1. Okay? So these are all examples of linear equations. X plus 3 equals 4. X plus y equals z. And finally, this one is not. X times y equals z. So let's discuss these. The first equation is linear because the x is to the first power. The second equation is linear because the x, the y, and the z are all to the first power. So the degree of the first equation is 1 because, well, the only variable we have is x, and the highest power of x is 1. Okay? In the second equation, we have 3 different variables, 3 different terms. This is degree 1. The y is degree 1 and the z is degree 1. So the highest out of those 3 is 1, so the degree is 1. Now the third one, x to the first, y to the first equals z to the first. This is not linear. The problem is this is a single term. Terms are things that are not added or subtracted from or to each other. So x times y is a single term because it's not added to anything. If this was x plus y, that would be 2 separate terms. Terms are kind of a hard concept to explain, but basically terms are separated by plus or minus. There's no plus or minus here, so this is all one term. Now, since this is all one term, its degree is comprised of both exponents added together. So this degree is 2. This degree is 2. The z has a degree of 1, but the highest degree is 2. So this is not a linear equation. Okay? Now typically, many times what we're going to do is we're going to look at linear equations in one variable. So that would be like this first equation. This is a linear equation with only one variable, x. The second equation is a linear equation in 3 variables. Okay, so you can do things with that, but most of the time you begin by looking at linear equations in 1 variable, then you look at linear equations in 2 variables, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now let's look at quadratic equations in 1 variable. So we're just going to look at the 1 variable case here. Quadratic means that the degree is 2. So a quadratic equation might be x squared plus 4x equals 5. Okay? And so lots of examples. This is degree 2, by the way, because this x is squared, this x is to the first. They're separate terms, so we look at their degrees separately. So this has degree 2, x squared. 4x to the first is another term that has degree 1. And 5 is degree 0. There is no x, so the highest of 0, 1, and 2 is 2, so the degree is 2, thus quadratic. Okay? So solving linear equations, you simply get the variable by itself. Isolate the variable. To solve a quadratic equation, well, I'm not sure what your background is. There are lots of ways to do it. If it factors out, you could use factoring to solve it along with some other properties. You could use completing the square. There are lots of methods to solving these. That's another topic though. But this is a basic comparison of linear equations and quadratic equations in 1 variable.